Welcome to another JPR live session, where we have one-of-a-kind in-studio performances and conversations with musicians we admire. This JPR live session is made possible with support from the Talent Club in Talent, Oregon, with live music, cold drinks, in a casual atmosphere. Info at talentclublive.com. I'm your host, Danielle Kelly, and today our guests are Southern Oregon's infamous John Doe Boys, who have decorated the Southern Oregon musical landscape for the last decade or so with their special brand of what they call trash grass. Welcome, everyone. You guys, most of y'all have mics. You can go down the line and introduce yourselves. Who we got in the studio, and what are you playing today?
Sure. My name's Mason. I play fiddle and do some singing, too.
Hey, I'm Adam, playing guitar and doing some singing.
I'm Steve. I play the upright bass and I yell a lot.
I'm Julian, and I play the banjo, and I don't know if I'm going to be singing.
I'm Frank, and I just play the guitar.
Hi, Marshall.
Marshall's in the back there waving to us. Hey, guys. Well, welcome to the studio. It's a great big gang, bunch of instruments. I think we're in for a pretty wild time here. Are you all local based? I know some of you maybe came from a little bit farther reach. Where are you all located? Maybe I can direct questions to one person.
Yeah, I'll herd these cats. So Mason just recently moved up to Portland, but we're all Southern Oregon based out of Grants Pass and Medford and Ashland, and just a little conglomerate.
Very cool. And I'm one. And Frank had something to say.
Yeah, I'm from Wyoming. I'm not from Oregon. But, I mean, neither is
We
Adam.
got a
He's not from
transplant.
Oregon.
Yeah, but we
in the
live
house.
here. This is where we came to be, you know. Yeah.
So speaking of maybe someone can tell the origin story of the John Doe Boys. Who's John Doe? Where'd the name come from? What's the origin story?
Oh boy, that's well, it probably about 12 years ago now or so, and it started just like as a duo, John Doe duo, and then we met Steve and added some bass, and then that kind of snowballed and found some drums and fiddle, and so the duo quickly evolved to the Boys, and it's just been going for a while.
We'll be men one day.
Someday.
Your music styles quote somewhere between bluegrass and punk rock. What are some of the influences for you guys musically?
Well, that sums it up pretty well for me. What about you, Mason?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that is the thing that we do. I personally like a lot of folk punk, but these guys tend to disagree with.
Steve's always got an interesting.
We all listen to different stuff. I mean, like
Yeah, I love rap music.
like hip hop is in there. I mean, we got all sorts of stuff, but a lot of punk rock, a lot of bluegrass. Like Julian, I mean, he just is constantly just listening to old Western music and bluegrass. So
And we cover a Hollywood Undead song, so.
Beautiful.
what?
Well, it's not Hollywood Undead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Misfits?
No, not Misfits.
The Bloodhound Gang?
Bloodhound Gang.
Oh, wow.
What are you
I'm
talking
of a certain
about?
generation. Maybe you can tell.
Okay.
Gen Z.
So speaking of, the John Doe Boys have this reputation for being rowdy, boot-stompin, bar-shaking, PBR-slamming. Tell us a little bit more about that reputation. Is that sort of a persona? Is that is that just bleed over from your lifestyles? Is it a mask?
You nailed it.
Yeah, we
Last
don't
one.
really want to admit too much on air, but
we like to live in a world of mystery, and I don't know. I mean, basically for us, the thing is always about going out there and having fun, and I think that's what people see us doing on stage. When we're not playing the right note or our instruments are out of tune, that it's still a lot of fun, and that translates to them, and that's what's kept the wheels on the track all this time.
yeah, and it gives us a pass if we mess up. They're just like, it's just those guys.
That's yeah, exactly.
I just feel like I have fun at everybody else's expense. So I mean,
That's true, you do.
yeah.
You're playing limbo with their expectations.
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, that's how we do. That's how I think, at least.
Well, I can't wait to hear a song. What do you guys want to start with?
We're going to start with a song called Mentrinte Mačke, and it's a Hungarian folk song that had words put on it by buskers in New Orleans, and we've taken it for the last couple years.
John Doe Boys live at JPR.
sold everything he owned and moved to New Orleans. Story to behold, he drank his conscience clean. Devil, his dear friend, they knew each other well. To earn his keep, he'd shovel coal in hell. His mother was a mistress that could hold her own. Disappeared one night and she never came home. Father, he was blind. It was said that he read minds. Said he hung himself the day his son was born. He spent all his time in brothels getting drunk for free. People said his music smelled like gasoline. Gasoline and fire. To hear that sound and drink the muchkin, his black cloud come down. Now he was there for the floods of New Orleans. Played for California when it sank into the sea. Rumored he's around every time the ship goes down. And drink the muchkin, his black cloud come down. Now, people, listen closely, for the time draws near. Skies will blacken out, you'll feel it on the wind. Gasoline and fire! To hear that sound. Mentrinte Mochki, his black cloud comes down.
John Doe Boys live at JPR in the Steve Nelson Performance Studio. We're going to have paint peeling after this session, I can tell. It's an interesting thing to have this band on the radio. It's such a performance group. If you've ever seen the John Doe Boys live, there's a lot of climbing the rafters, climbing your instruments, standing on top of your instruments, shotgunning, assisting each other, shotgun beers while you're playing your instruments. I'm curious if you all have a stage background, or circus training. Do you have circus rehearsals?
Only Steve. No. Just, I don't know. I guess there's also just we kind of come together in enjoying real shows, like other bands that put on like elaborate shows. Like Steve's a big Gwar fan. I think that's a big inspiration for him and what he does on stage.
Make people hurt.
Scare children.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. We've just always enjoyed the aspect of doing more than just playing music and kind of making it a visual thing as well, or a participation thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It definitely ties into, like, if they see us having fun and dancing around, it's more likely that they're going to too.
Yep.
Becomes infectious. Well, that last one you said was a cover of a Hungarian traditional tune. You guys have a lot of original music as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the process for that? Writing as a 6-piece group, who does that, or how does that happen?
So I've always done a lot of it. Mason started doing a good bit, and usually it kind of comes, I'd say like a seed, an idea. Like a lot of times Mason or I or other people, Steve has songs he's written that it comes to the table, and then the other 5-piece gets to hear it and gets to put their take on it. And so I don't know, from my experience at least, usually a song brought to the table to a band practice then leads somewhere else by the end of that band practice. Like what I thought it might be just kind of turned into something different because of what everybody else heard and put their own little flavor on there. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like we've been playing some of the songs for like 10 years, and then when Frank joined, then we changed the song a little bit because Frank had a different flavor, so the songs constantly evolve. So just because you write a song doesn't mean that's how it's going to end up being whatsoever.
Yeah, actually, on that note, the next song we're going to play, we only play it a certain way when Julian's here. And when Julian's not here, we don't play it that way. And so there's like a little bit of like, even if on any Saturday night, depending on who showed up to be a John Doe boy that night, the song might turn out different.
They're organic. John Doe Boys organic brand.
Hey, hold on 2 seconds.
I wasn't trying to.
We weren't rushing you.
I wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't my cue in. I'm not running this. I was just. That was like a little. I thought it was a clever foreshadowing. I don't know. Relevant.
Because it is different, of course. If anybody wanted to hear the songs that we do the same way over and over again, they can buy a CD. We have CDs at half of our shows sometimes.
Yes, CDs. And then we're on all the things.
Available for digital download on Bandcamp, right?
Yeah.
And JohnDoeBoys.com.
JohnDoeBoys.com, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Vimeo, Xbox Live Gold.
Is it the JohnDoeBoys.com or John Doe Boys?
It's the JohnDoeBoys.com.
There we go.
Well, I'd love to hear this organic fish story. Is that what we're playing next?
Yeah, yes. It's called Fish Story.
With the flavor of Frank. Frank flavored fish story.
It's a little something like.
Yeah.
It's the end of the world, and I have not a complaint because I spent many of good years, and none of them that say to be the 7 ones of this world. Then top because of the pain, spend my free time shirtless making pretty girls faint. Then I think, don't did set the devil's front door, and I walked the top of Everest back in 1944 with them Vikings when they first their own English show. Spent one drinking night in Dublin, now I'm Irish for blow. Cause I am the world's most dangerous man. I wield the power of God in my left hand. Yeah, I'm the reason that Rome had to end. But this is just a fish story, and I am just a man. Who do you thought Einstein had to square the MC? No, FC didn't kill himself because it was me. Yes, in all these years whose things been ghost writing for Jay-Z. Well, I really gotta finish this verse, it's really messing with me. Then I met James Dean at a roadside bar, and 20 miles later he lay hey dead in his car. It's kinda sad, his racing career didn't go too far, but they call me the black hole when I'm known to kill stars. Cause I am the world's most dangerous man, but I wield the power of God in my left hand. Yeah, I'm the reason that Rome had to win. But this is just a fish story, and I am just a man. It's the end of the world, I have not a complaint. I spent many of good years, and none of them as a saint to build the 7 wonders of this world. Then top cause of the pain, spend my free time shirtless making pretty world's fate. Then I ding dong did set that devil's front door and walked the top of Everest back in 1944 with the Barclay 21st, then on English show. Spent one drunken night in Dublin, now I'm Irish folklore. Cause I am the world's most dangerous man. I wield the power of God in my left hand. Yeah, I'm the reason that Rome had to end. But this just a fist or I am just a man. Well, this just a fist or I am just a man. Well, this just a fist or I am just a man. Well, this just a fist or and I am just the man.
That's the John Doe Boys with Fish Story here at Jefferson Public Radio. Well, I'd love to hear more about what y'all do outside of music when you're not doing music. And Julian, it seems like maybe there's a little crossover there for you. I heard that you took over a local music venue.
Yes, me and Larry over there now run and own Dangerous Lee's Local 31 Pub. Previously Local 31 Pub, previously Caldera.
It's a little
down
bit
under
dangerous now.
Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous.
Definitely.
Yeah, so really great food, music every weekend, karaoke. What more do you want? Oh, yeah, there's beer.
That's what I want.
Best burger in town.
Outdoor seating.
Couch.
Outdoor drinking. Outdoor eating.
And
You can do it all.
Chicken and
And
waffles.
speaking of Local 31, I think that you guys are playing there this Saturday.
This
Just
Saturday.
so happens.
That's correct.
It is us and our other band, which is us.
That's right. So we have the John Doe Boys, and there's a slightly different formation that's a little different, and that goes by.
Dangerous Lee and the Ratlin 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
Double bill.
Yep.
And see, right then and there, me and Marshall don't have to do anything. We just kind
For half of it.
Marshall and I.
And Frank.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were in it.
He quit.
Oh, you quit. Good for you. Good
And-
for you.
And Steve, you've got this amazing bass in front of you. It's glittery and shiny, but I've also seen you at other shows with an incredible instrument. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about it. I don't know if it has a name, but it's a welded, for those of you who can't see, well, you couldn't see this one anyway, a welded bass that I've seen you on top of while you're playing it at shows. A performance prop. Of sorts.
You could call it that.
It's more of that than an instrument. That's true.
I mean, so I build boats for a living, like aluminum boats, and we were in Kansas City, and we were playing with this country western band, and they had an old aluminum bass that Kay used to make for the soldiers in World War II, and I played it, and I was like, this thing's amazing. Well, if Kay could do it, and I build boats, I should build one too, because I'm sure I can replicate what they did for hundreds of years making good basses. And I made one. It took a long time, and it sounded horrible. It was heavy as hell.
It almost killed Julian.
It was slippery.
We were tired of it when
almost-
Julian broke his leg, basically.
Yeah, I pretty much broke Julian's ankle with it, and finally retired it and went back to the old wood one.
Are you guys much of a touring band? Are you touring with these instruments?
We used to tour a lot more. 2020 kind of changed that. We still get out of town every once in a while, but not as much. I mean, we got so much stuff with Julian opening up his restaurant, opening up a boat shop. We all have families and whatnot, but we still try to get out of town as much as possible.
What's the boat shop name?
The Broadside Boats.
Very cool.
If anybody has a short bus, school bus they want to sell us, you
That's
can-
right. Or
you can-
trade.
Yeah, talk to the guys at local.
In search of.
Yeah, and our bus died.
You guys have a number of albums under your belts, original music. I think I saw three different albums. Or do you guys have more in the works? Are you in the studio this year?
I mean, yeah, it's sort of. So, I mean, technically, I guess we were in the studio last year and just haven't put it out yet. But that's been moving forward. And I'm afraid to say that the one of the next songs we're going to play is going to be on that, because Steve's just going to immediately start playing it. That might not be time yet, but yeah, no, we do have some new songs. The last one, Fish Story, is one that's not out publicly yet, that will be out soon. And this next song, Cheers, as well, that Steve wrote, is going to be a song that will be publicly. Will be released soon.
You heard a global premiere here on Jefferson Public Radio. Well, let's hear it.
It's called Cheers. Steve, you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, it's what happens when you write 5 songs that are all the same and they all fail miserably. And then you just put them together in a blender and then kind of make a margarita out of them and call it Cheers.
That was pretty good for you.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well
It's pretty
said.
good.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Raise a glass, 'cause it might be your last. That's the time for cheers, I say. We're all friends here, so let's have a beer. You never know your friend's judgment day. Mama was a pistol, she raised an AR-2. It's better be the rifle, she said. But the copper fouling's done and that trigger pin is gone. It looks like that rifle's seen its end. Now the old 54, no reason lock the doors. The engine seized up, one might say. There was rust in the tank and now it's far too late. It looks like it's seen the final day. So raise a glass, it might be your last. That's the time for cheers, I say. We're all friends here, so let's have a beer. You never know your friend's judgment day. Down at that factory, the guy that works next to me always trying to give the boss the high five. Boss walks on by with that look in his eye. He gives me my final goodbye. Now out on that highway, try and drive my way. Try not to abuse no passing lane. With calls on my ass, I'll never get to pass. It's time to kickstart someone's judgment day. So raise a glass, it might be your last. That's the time for cheers, I say. We're all friends here, so let's have a beer. You never know your friend's judgment day. Raise a glass, it might be your last. That's the time for cheers, I say. So we're all friends here, so let's have a beer. You never know your friend's judgment day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Raise a glass, it might be your last. That's time for cheers, that's what I say. We're all friends here, so let's have a beer. You never know your friend's judgment day. Raise a glass, it might be your last. That's time for cheers, that's what I say. We're all friends here, so let's have a beer. You never know your friend's judgment day. Raise a glass, it might be your last. That's the time for cheers, I say.
That is Cheers from the John Doe Boys, a premiere, if I heard you correctly. They got an album coming out in the near future or so. You can find information at their website, thejohndoughboys.com. They've also got Bandcamp. You can stream them anywhere you stream music. You guys, thanks for coming in and making a big rowdy party here of our afternoon here at JPR. John Doe Boys are playing at Local 31 Pub, otherwise known as Dangerous Lee's. The website, if I'm correct, is still Local 31 Pub. You can find their music calendar there as well. This JPR live session has been engineered by John Griffin of Lunazen Studios, and this session is made possible with support from the Talent Club in Talent, Oregon, with cold drinks, great live music, and a casual atmosphere. And their live music calendar is at talentclub.com. I'm your host, Danielle Kelly. Thanks again, you guys, for coming in and sharing stories and songs.
Thank you for having us. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Open Air will continue right after this.